the Paper Snob. This is Tara. Today I'm working on Mix It Up Monday. This is a hop that is hosted over on the Peacecraft Love Clubhouse on Facebook. This is a great community of scrappers. We have a couple of hops that are hosted on this Facebook community each month. This is the first of the two. And what we do here is we take a sketch and we use that sketch to build a mixed media layout. The sky is the limit on your mixed media options. You can do stamping, you can do inking, you can do ink smooshing, you can do stenciling, texture paste, stitching, whatever you can think of, you can do that with this hop. And it is so much fun to just make a humongous mess and play. This month's sketch was created by Brandy, who is Scrappy Boy Mama over on Instagram. I will have her social media account listed below for you to check out. Also in that description box is the month's playlist for this hop. Click on that, and everybody who is participating this month will be on the playlist and listed below as well. We do have Instagram only participants, so I hope that you will click on those links and leave everybody some love. We all appreciate love on our Instagram accounts and YouTube channels. So that being said, I am using my May counterfeit kit, which is a mixture of all kinds of goodies, and I have some stuff pulled out to play with here on my desk, as well as the 3 photos that I'm going to be using for this layout. And I even have some stamps sitting here, as well as some just bits and pieces to play with, and I'm hoping that I can make a fun mess here. So let me pause this video and we're going to get started. I will be right back. For the mixed media portion of my layout for Mix It Up Monday, I am going to be using some ink smooshing. This is an old ink spray called Mr. Huey's. It was created by Studio Calico back in the day. They were my very first ink sprays that I ever had, that I actually loved. I had purchased multiple sprays from Tattered Angels and always got frustrated with that brand because they'd get clogged, and I didn't know about ink smooshing and etc. And so I was only using them for spraying through stencils. I wasn't using them as well and as often as I do now. So I went ahead and I sprayed that. I let this background dry a little bit, and I'm bringing in this Nuvo Deluxe glittery paste. I forget the actual name of it, but I really just wanted a tone on tone here. Love, love, love this paste here. I will admit that I do have a love-hate relationship with the Nuvo pastes because they dry out really fast. One of the ways that you can mitigate that is by putting the press and seal wrap over the top of them after you have opened it, and that will help seal it better than just the lid alone. Maybe the company has had enough complaints about this that they have fixed it. I have no earthly idea. I just know that this works for a fix in my personal scrapbook stash. So I wanted to give you a good close-up of the finished and dried products and just letting you look to see what I have done. Next, I allowed the texture paste to completely dry overnight, and I'm going to go ahead and start building this layout. I had not even trimmed down my photos. I'm going to trim down the 4x6 photo to a 4x4. And then I will mat all 3 photos on a piece of pattern paper. Now at this point, this pattern paper happens to be a scrap from my May kit because I've used it already once, and I use it again on my Iron Crafter challenge layout as well that you can see at the end of this week. And I finish off the pattern paper actually. So I'm just matting them, and I know that you've seen people mat photos multiple times, and you don't really need to watch me do this, but I left it in just so that you can see my process, which is eyeballing everything. Nothing is measured. Every once in a while I'll cut a mat and measure out, but most of the time this is what I do. I use my trimmer cutting guides as placement, and that way I get it kind of equal. I'm not real worried about that though. I just kind of go with the flow here. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay out the photos the way that I want them to show up on the finished layout. And I'm going to try to get as many embellishments on here as I possibly can. So I'm going to start digging through first. I know that I want to use this chipboard piece, so I'm just laying it on top of the photo so I don't lose it while I pull out my actual title. These are Simple Stories product. I have this set of chipboard and I have the sticker book. And I think that's it from this collection in my May counterfeit kit. I chose it because the colors were very similar to the pattern papers in the inspiration kit, and they matched fairly well with the pattern papers that I put in my personal kit. So this is my title, Spring, and then the little chipboard phrase says, my favorite time of the year. I adore spring, and I also equally adore fall. I love the temperatures because I'm very hot natured, and when it gets super hot, I'm miserable. But in the spring and in the fall, I am comfortable and I love to be outside during those times. And so I thought that it was appropriate to use that chipboard phrase. I also had some pieces from an Allie Edwards story kit. I no longer subscribe to her kits, not because they're not awesome, they are, but because I ended up with such a backlog of kits that I couldn't use them quickly enough. And so anyway, these items came from her Grow kit, and you can see the set of story stamps there to the right. I do attempt to use them on this layout and it doesn't work, and I'll explain that later. So I'm going to put down my journaling labels here so that they're all ready to go and ready for me to write on. I'm pretty happy with the embellishment clusters that I have created. So I'm just kind of creating a journaling cluster here as well. I'm going to dig through these these Pink Fresh Studios stickers one more time. I think I really like this one here, and that's just going to put it up there as well. What I like about the things from the product that I'm doing is it talks about growing and spring and stuff like that, and that is what this layout is about. You are looking at my container garden, which I have actually done videos about in the past because our dog destroyed said container garden, and I ended up having to redo the whole thing. But this is the very first day after I got it all planted and before he destroyed it. So all right, I got it all glued down, and I'm pretty happy with the way that this turned out. I did try to stamp on the label that I had there, and I had to take it off because it was a glossy label and it smeared the words and it just didn't work. So I took it off, and now I'm just going to add some of these little enamel dots here because I love them and I need to use more of them. Of course, don't we all? We all have a ton of stuff like this, and I just feel like I don't use them enough. So I'm going to just add a few here as we finish up. I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel today. I really appreciate those of you who take the time to like, comment, and or subscribe to my channel. Without your help, I can't grow this channel, and I absolutely appreciate all that you do, the comments, likes, and the subscriptions. If you are not a subscriber to my channel and you would like to do so, I would love to have you. Just click that button down below. There is a bell next to it. That bell will tell YouTube that you would like for them to notify you when I put out new content. My goal is always 2 to 3 videos per week. Right now I am in the midst of moving, so it is going to slow down, unfortunately, for a little bit. But I will promise to have a video up each week, at least one, during my move. And then once I get to our next duty assignment, then I will be back full swing into recording. In the meantime, I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Make sure that you check that description box below for the links to the YouTube playlist for those who are participating with YouTube channels. There are also links down there in that description box to all of our Instagram participants. Please check out their Instagram accounts. We have some amazing creators, both YouTubers and Instagrammers. We want you to see all of the wonderful things that we create, so check them out. You guys have a great rest of your Monday and a good week. Bye.